la campeona de los hispanos, Hillary Clinton.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It is great to be here with all of you, and I am so pleased that I had a chance to come by to be with you today. You've had a number of distinguished speakers because NALEO is such an important organization and represents the future of our country. And people are coming to make common cause and to create partnerships. And I want to thank my friend and your president. Adolfo Carrion is the president of the borough of the Bronx. I heard him talking about it being a small village. It feels like that sometimes. But he has been a tremendous leader, and his future is unlimited. And I am so grateful to call him my friend and my colleague, and I know how lucky you are to have him as the president of this august organization. Thank you very much, Adolfo. And I want to thank the people who walked up here with me, Congresswoman Hilda Solis, Congressman Ruben Hinojosa, the legendary Dolores Huerta, Congressman Joe Baca, who is here, and to all of the state, county, local elected officials. Thank you for being part of this organization, but more than that, for discussing the issues that affect the Latino community and the United States. I want to thank all of you for the privilege of having waged this presidential campaign. It was a remarkable journey, and during the course of it, I traveled across our country from coast to coast and everywhere in between. And I'm proud that this was the first presidential election in history in which the candidates actively campaigned in Puerto Rico, which was a very important milestone. And I am importing from that campaign the experience of a 600-car caravan with extraordinary energy and pulsating music that traveled for 7 hours throughout the island. I was up above the crowd in this specially constructed gigantic pickup. I want one of those in New York, Adolfo. That's how we should campaign in New York. And I see Congressman Becerra here as well. Javier Becerra, thank you for being here. I felt so privileged to be able to stand up for all who felt invisible in our country. Time and again, I saw the painful reality of people who were not asking for much other than a government that worked and a president who cared. And they weren't getting either when it came to their lives, their families, and their communities. And I was very honored to have so much support in the Hispanic community. I was moved by the millions of Latinos who participated from New York and New Jersey to South Texas to California. There was an activism and involvement that I had never seen before. And that will build us a very strong base, not only for this November, but for years to come. And you are part of making that happen, and I thank you for it. Your support sustained me, your votes strengthened my campaign, and your passionate engagement moved our nation forward. And I don't want to see that forgotten or overlooked. I want to see participation by Latino voters continue to grow, and I want more Hispanic elected officials to join your ranks as members of NALEO. There were many issues that were important in my campaign, and I know they're important to you. I remain committed to them, and I'm going to do everything I can in the Senate and in this election to make sure that we have the kind of government and nation that our people deserve. You have the power to help us make that happen. This is such a critical election. The stakes are so high, and we all have to be united behind the values and ideals that we believe in. I ran for president in part because I have an old-fashioned conviction that public service is about helping people to make the most of their own lives, to fulfill their own dreams, to help them solve their problems. I've had every opportunity and blessing in my life, and I want to do the same for all Americans. And I believe this country is worth fighting for. And I believe firmly that the best way to continue this fight is to elect Barack Obama, our president, come this November. The Latino community has felt the effects of the policies of the past 8 years. President Bush has set our nation backwards. Whether you look at the number of increasingly uninsured and underinsured people, or the home mortgage crisis, or the rising rate of unemployment, everywhere one looks, you can see the effects of what it means when a president has the wrong ideas and takes our country in the wrong direction. I know Senator Obama. I have served with him now for nearly 4 years in the Senate. I campaigned with him for more than 16 months on the campaign trail. I have stood on the stage in 22 debates, but who's counting? I have seen his passion and determination, as well as his grit and his grace. In his own life, he has lived the American dream. And as a community organizer, a state senator, and as a United States senator, he has dedicated himself to making that dream possible for others.